I'm Harriet. I'm a well-being coach here at Isorropia, and today I'm going to be talking to you about managing depression. Managing depression is a challenging topic because one of the things about depression is that it can feel really unmanageable. I want to make it really clear what our goals here are. This is about how we can begin to take positive action that hopefully long term will help to ease some of our symptoms and will put us in a better place to begin to tackle others. This is about management, not curing. We're not aiming for 100%. And every little action you take towards managing your depression is a success to be celebrated. If you can begin to incorporate some of these things I'm going to talk about into your daily routine, you may begin to see significant positive changes to your mental well-being. I want to start by talking about a model created by Dr. Stephen Eladi, who wrote the book The Depression Cure, the 6-step program to beat depression without drugs. To be clear, neither me nor Dr. Eladi are asking you to stop your medication if you are on it. But he believes that as human beings, we need certain physical and social needs to be met in order to achieve good well-being. And if we can meet these needs, they can be as effective or even more effective as antidepressants in some people. So what are these 6 steps? Some of them you will probably be familiar with. Physical activity, food, specifically omega-3, sunlight, healthy sleep, anti-ruminative activity, which basically means focused activity, anything from doing a puzzle to vacuuming your house, and social connection. I'd like for these things to be our focus for today. How can we incorporate as many of these things into our daily lives as we can? Some of you may be sitting there feeling like I'm telling you things you already know. We all know that exercise, sleeping well, eating well, and getting outside is good for us. But when we are experiencing low mood, it can be very difficult to motivate ourselves to get those things into our lifestyle. This is where we need to exercise real self-discipline and remind ourselves that stagnating and isolating, though it may be what we feel like doing, is actually exactly the worst thing that we can do for ourselves if we are depressed. The less we do, the less capable we feel. And here are where feelings of shame and low self-esteem can begin to creep into. Therefore, we must begin taking steps towards action. But it's likely that this will feel very uncomfortable. We probably won't want to do this at all. So I'm going to go through a few ways that can help us achieve these things, even when we are experiencing a low mood. I'm going to start by tackling focused activity, because this is going to relate to everything else. When we are taking part in focused activity, we are leaving less room for ruminating thoughts that can draw us further into depression. Many things count as focused activity, even you watching this video right now. Because you are listening to what I am saying and are focused and engaged, you're less likely to be focused on thinking negative things about yourself or about your situation. And what I want you to take from this as well is that you are capable of doing focused activities. You're doing them right now. I'm pointing this out because every other section, exercising, getting sunlight, eating well, sleeping well, and getting social connection, can be achieved through focused activities. Whether this be walking, cooking, sitting in the sun and reading a book, or meeting a friend for a coffee. But how do we go about putting these things into action when our motivation is low? One trick that I practice is the 5-minute rule. The 5-minute rule is very simple. It is where you do something you don't really want to do, but you promise yourself that you only have to do it for 5 minutes. For example, this might be doing some washing up, making some food, or going outside to get some sunlight. When the 5 minutes are up, you may find that you feel able to finish the dishes, add a few more things to your lunch, or stay outside a little longer. But if not, you can still feel happy and proud that you chipped away at something you lacked motivation for, but knew would be good for you. Another thing that can be really powerful is setting a routine. Sometimes when we are unwell, we are off work or college and have very few solid things in our days. And funnily enough, it can actually sometimes feel more difficult to do fewer things than it does to do many things. For example, if you know you have to get up and go to work, you start a chain of active events pretty much the moment you wake up. You get up, you shower, brush your teeth, have breakfast, get dressed, leave the house, all in quite quick succession. Once we start on a chain of actions, the following actions often feel less daunting. But if you don't have anything fixed to get up for, sometimes this chain of actions can fail to start. This can mean you spend hours in bed trying to motivate yourself to get up or brush your teeth or to get some food. From here, larger tasks feel more and more impossible, and I speak from experience when I say this. And for me personally, if I realise I spent all day in bed trying to convince myself to get up and brush my teeth, a 2-minute task, but I haven't managed to do this only makes me feel worse. Here is where routine comes in. Routine is a bit like having a simulation of places you need to be and things you have to do. If you know you have to have a shower at 8 a.m. every day, then your goal is to get up and have that shower at 8 a.m. every day. I find Google Calendars useful for this, but you can use any kind of schedule planning, even just a pen and paper or a note on your phone. Schedule in everything you want to do. This might include brushing your teeth, taking an omega-3 supplement, eating regular meals, taking a daily walk, and going to bed at a set time each night. If you don't feel able to do many things, keep it to just the basics at first. Make sure you're clean, fed, and sleeping, and build up from there. If you fulfill your routine, this does 2 things. It gives you that self-esteem boost from completing tasks and looking after yourself. And it means that you are getting your basic needs met. Once you're comfortable in your routine, you can start to build it up further. In particular, it can be good to plan things that you enjoy and that make you feel that your life has meaning and purpose, or that gives you a sense of belonging. This might be seeing your friends every Friday or going to an art class on Monday evenings. Anything that gives you something to look forward to and that you know you can rely on is a really good thing. If we can start hitting these 6 things, exercise, healthy eating, sunlight, good sleep, focused activity, and social connection, we will likely find ourselves in a better position to tackle what is left, be this negative core beliefs, negative thought patterns, or a biological component we need to speak to the GP about. One of the toughest pills I've ever had to swallow is that fighting depression is an active process. We are not going to get better by being passive and hoping that something or someone will come along to fix us. Only we can take these steps towards managing our depression. Of course, it's worth noting that what I have discussed today is just one way to manage depression, and other ways are just as valid. It's all about trying things out and working out what works best for you. I hope you found this video useful and that it's given you some things to think about. Are any of Dr. Aladi's 6 steps missing in your life? Is there a way you may be able to start incorporating them into your routine? And is there anything you can start doing from today? I hope to see you in a workshop or live session soon. Bye.